first player to finish and win his game in round 8 was Grandmaster Hikaru Nakamura. Congratulations, Hikaru. Can you tell us about your impressions on the game against Sergey?
Yeah, so I mean, we played this interesting opening. I had this position against Levon last year at some point. Yeah, I mean, Sergey normally played e3 in the past, but today he took, and this was all, I think, standard. I had prepared this, and now Sergey played queen e7.
Just a moment.
Yeah,
Is this a novelty, knight d2?
I mean, knight e4 is the known move. I mean, this is the, what, knight e4, queen c2? I mean, there's this famous Kasparov game,
Right.
this Kasparov-Ivanchuk game,
that
of
was
course.
how this all came about.
Yeah, a long
D4,
time
wasn't
ago.
it? It started with that Kasparov-Ivanchuk game.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if that was the first game, but yeah, that's what popularized.
It wasn't necessarily the first one, but that was the one that popularized it, right?
Right, exactly. And yeah, I mean, it's...
I must admit, I would love to ask you what happens on rook b8 instead of f5, because some guy played that against me, and I didn't have a clue what I was going to play.
Well, I mean, there are many moves, of course. I mean,
So Simon is asking you to coach him, basically, in this variation.
but I mean, isn't this... but I mean, there's also this... Is Bishop f4 is a Fabiano game, I think, also.
Oh.
I think this is Fabiano's game against Vichy in the candidates like 3 years ago, or 2 years ago, I think. Maybe I'm wrong on the exact position, but it was something very similar. And Fabiano won that game, actually. So it's a very, very dangerous line. Sergey, I guess, had prepared this d takes c4. 6 takes, and this is the first move that surprised me. I mean, I thought queen g5 or queen g6 were a little more logical.
It seemed to us that knight d2 was the novelty here. That e4 was played before by Aronian against Anand.
Yes.
And is it a prepared novelty? Did you prepare?
I had prepared this. Yeah.
It seems like it took him by surprise because suddenly started thinking. Is that
Yeah,
really
okay.
possible?
I mean, I think Sergey probably wasn't expecting this line in the first place, because since my game against Levon, I haven't played this variation, this whole f3 line. So I think he just wasn't expecting it, and yeah, he used a long time, and he played queen e7, which I think is still probably okay, but knight a5 here has to be just a terrible move. Well, I'm not really so sure. I mean, b5, e5 is going to lead to something pretty similar, probably also quite dangerous. So
When you prepared knight d2, what was your main response for black? Is it queen g5 or queen
yeah,
e7?
queen g5 and queen g6, both of those moves. But it's not so obvious. I mean, I still, over the board when Sergey used a lot of time, I kind of expected, because I felt that it was more natural, but I think Sergey tried to play a thematic way. He figured I didn't play e4, so he could take advantage of my move order and hang on to the pawn. But after e5, I think it's already, I think it's already critical. I mean, c5 I felt like was the only try maybe that he had here, because if I play queen a4, I think knight c6 is still probably okay. And even b6 is actually quite interesting here. But I wasn't sure. I mean, I thought I could also just play knight e4 anyway, and it's very, very hard to play because knight d6 is just so strong.
Seems like he has to sacrifice an exchange somewhere.
Yeah, but the problem is he can't. The problem is it doesn't work here because the knight on e5 gets hit. This is the problem actually. I mean, if the knight was protected, this wouldn't be such a huge deal. But he's too loose now. And you can't protect everything. I mean, that's actually the problem with this concept. And I was probably just going to play knight e4 anyway. But yeah, when Sergey played bishop e6, I was just shocked by this because I thought after knight e4 he could pretty much resign almost.
Already at this point?
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have c5 breaks, and I mean, I don't really see anything. I mean,
it wasn't so hard to foresee that the knight would end up on f6 actually.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, everything loses here. I mean, like rook f8 loses to rook f6, and just, I mean, this rook h6 is crushing. I mean, queen f8. I mean, here I don't have to do this, but I think even knight f6 is probably strong, or even just, I mean, rook f4, g4. I mean, without some c5 breaking the center immediately, it's just. I mean, I think I have plenty of time here. I don't even have to rush. But one cool line, I actually thought Sergey would probably try this, but this line, this is one cool line that loses. Takes, queen f8, rook h6, queen g7, and now bishop e4. The point being that if, let's just say bishop g4, queen h4, takes, I just have rook h7.
Wow.
And then queen takes on e5.
Yeah, takes and takes. I'm sure there's several ways, but I saw this and should just be winning. Yeah, I mean, this is just one of many different variations, which I think is winning. I mean, Sergey played b5, which, I mean, I have a feeling even here I don't have to take on E or play D5 or force things. But it was kind of hard not to when I saw these end games. I mean, the only problem is that when I went into all of this, I mean, this is completely winning.
I'm sure it's many ways to winning. We also thought rook e1, but is queen takes c7 in hindsight easier, or
but
what?
Queen c7, knight c6? I mean, everything is winning, of course.
Everything is winning. And then just back or something.
Back to f7? Yeah, but I mean, I let him get active. I didn't really want to let him.
No point.
I mean, this is probably, this should be winning too. I mean, just everything's so weak. If I ever get a rook, yeah.
It's just about finding the simplest thing. Was what
yeah, I mean, but the problem is that I miscalculated this whole line. Like after rook e1, c5. I mean, when I played rook e1, I had calculated all this, and I thought rook e5 was simply winning. I mean, because I saw this knight b7 and just, I think just king f2 and king e3, and it's just over. But to my horror, I realized that he has this knight b3. And actually, I mean, I vaguely kind of saw this idea, but I didn't realize that actually.
You don't have to take that one.
But if yeah, no, of course, takes loses, so I'll show it first.
We looked at this. We didn't see. You have to show us what
yeah, okay. So first, if king f2, I think. Yeah, a5, because if rook takes c5, there's b4.
The b4 move, we didn't see that one.
Yeah.
That was also possible.
And the a-pawn is going.
Yeah, it's just too fast. I mean,
this would have been
like
embarrassing.
This would have been really instructive. It's to print it in an endgame book.
There's this little, but this does nothing either. Like basically this and a2 and
just power of the pawns.
Just barely, one tempo. So yeah, I mean, and of course that's one line. But the problem here is actually it's very hard to play because if I go king f2, he has knight c1, which hits a2 and his knight d3.
Argument for king f1.
Yeah, and if I go king f1, I think he can just ignore it. Does he go a5 or does he? I think maybe even just b4 now.
That pawn is running fast, the c pawn.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't sure. I suspect this is probably winning, but somehow it's like already you're getting like
maybe
the wrong.
Maybe you can just take a couple of times in c5.
So that's the reason why you didn't go for rook e5.
Yeah, I mean, okay, this wins, yeah, because I have rook e3.
Yeah, and if you play c3, maybe just b takes c.
No,
sorry.
You mean
sorry. No, it's hanging on c b3.
Yeah, it doesn't work. I mean, this wins, but I mean, the point is, I knew that at the very worst, I would get this rook in 2 against knight in 2. And I mean, the only problem is the way that it occurred in the game. Like, I reached this position.
Maybe I should have gone with the king to f2, e2, just to avoid this.
King e2?
Is that an argument for that?
Does it make a difference? Takes?
Well, and then rook c1.
Right, but I thought here maybe it could go b3 actually. Probably just a4. Yeah, king d2, king c1. Yeah, should be winning. Yeah, probably this is wrong. But I mean, the problem is that in this position is now I have the choice. Like, because I also think a4 is winning. I think this king and pawn endgame is winning.
Yeah, but it's so risky. It's so long.
After getting to this point, I mean, I couldn't bring myself.
I was also trying to calculate that a4 you can just show. But the thing is that you're afraid you miscalculate because it's simply too long.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's winning. I mean, let's just say.
What about going the king to h7 and up to?
No, but that's way too slow.
Is it?
I mean, I think the only question is, what you want to go this way? Takes. Yeah, but this one should be winning because your pawn's on g7. King g4 here. Yeah, I mean this is winning. But I mean again, to go into this, it's like
it's just a bit risky because the lines are not difficult, but they're long. So that's what you mean?
Yeah, because I mean there's something like this, and I think this is winning, but it's like I mean again. I think it's winning by one tempo here.
Yeah, but you're afraid of miscalculating.
Yeah, I mean, this is winning too. But like, again, it's so hard to do this. Then I realize that when I just go into this, that he's going to have to give up the pawn and he doesn't even get a setup that's good. Like,
and the question was, even if he managed to get back, we're quite confident that it will be winning?
Yeah, I mean, okay, just as an example, let's just say I play really bad chess.
Yes, he can, but he could get this position. Well,
let's just say we even get something like this.
Yeah.
I mean,
now the king is out. Is that important?
Yeah.
Even this is easily winning?
Even this is just winning, yeah it's quite simple.
That was the question, if it's just winning anyway.
Yeah, it's just winning no matter what. Yeah, I mean, that's why I realized when I played rook e1 and he took, at the very worst, I should be able to get this rook in 2 against knight in 2, so...
Were you trying hard not to get it, or did you kind of not bother too much?
I didn't want to get it, but then I realized how simple it should be. And I mean, in the game, actually, I played very precisely. Just, I mean, all this.
He could go with a knight e7.
Yeah, e7's a better square, obviously, but it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't change much. I mean,
Because
the knight doesn't get. I mean, without the knight on f6, you don't really have a chance.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if knight g6, I just can go like. I think here now I go rook a7. I box him out the other way. I mean, okay, you can do like in the game with knight h8. If knight f8, I can just go king f5, and this knight's just dead basically.
Is there any setup that would save black?
No, it's all losing. I mean, I knew that the rook and 2 against knight and 2 is just losing. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not so happy with the technique, but overall it's pretty good.
It was still effective, and now you have +1. You're joining the leaders. If they don't win, if the 3 leaders so far cannot win today, that means that you will be the 4 of you leading with 1 round to go. Did you think of this scenario that there could be a multiple leadership here?
Yeah, I mean, anytime it's so tight, I mean, and there's so few decisive games, if you win a game, obviously you're right in the running. So, I mean, it's obviously good, but there's still 1 more round to go, and I do have black, so I just have to play good chess. I mean, I think when it's so tight like this, it's hard to foresee every game ending in a draw, but, again, you just have to take care of your own business and play good chess.
Of course. How do you see the other games? Did you find any of the other games exciting?
Well, I mean, Vichy I know is in trouble, I assume. Maybe he's drawing, though, because if these are both loose, I mean, queen h4, king f1, b6. I mean, if anyone's going to be playing to win here, it's obviously Fabiano, so I think Fabiano should win this, the more I look at it.
Yeah.
Just because, like, I mean, you have no targets. This bishop's so nice, but all the pawns are on dark squares, and
You cannot even move your king and queen.
yeah,
It seems like you can move almost nothing. The bishop on e4, of course.
yeah, but now queen f4 maybe. Like, yeah, my gut somehow tells me this should be winning for Fabiano. Because if you reach this end game, you can never really go this way, because then I'll put the pawn here and go like rook g7, and this is a permanent weakness. And actually, you can't even go anyway because I have d5 actually. So
and just to invade on the A line somehow.
like bishop g6, rook a8. I mean, maybe there's some miracle way to draw this, but this looks very dubious.
If it is, then maybe just king g7 first or something.
Yeah, well, b6 first to stop
And
it,
b6,
obviously.
right.
I mean,
It
b6?
seems like lots of things are happening in the Magnus game. They play very fast
Yeah.
there. What's
Shall we
happening?
have a look at that one?
Sure, because I mean, okay, obviously the other one's a book draw, so draw. Okay, easy draw. Yeah,
This is,
not
that's why they're
interesting,
playing
yeah.
fast.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
How did this come about?
And the handshake, Magnus Carlsen makes a draw against Shahriar Mamedov. We thought that he had an advantage before.
No, but he
Reached a
let it get
pleasant
all messy
position.
with this g5.
Right, just around here.
Yeah, now it's. I mean, yeah, it's.
Now it
probably,
was almost looking. I was almost worried with on behalf. I was almost thought that black was. Better.
Yeah, black can. If you can get a2, maybe. But h4.
Tricks.
Rook f3 to simplify. Yeah, nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Magnus just had to be a little bit careful around here, not to be worse.
Yeah, but I mean, he was probably slightly better earlier. But it's
Earlier,
typical.
But, now
But okay, it's such a typical Spanish position. You have an extra pawn, but it's blockaded on e5, so not that surprised by.
So you
the
think
result.
Mamedov had full control over this?
I mean, by this point, once you get the rook to c5, I think for sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
maybe a few moves before. Yeah,
like
somewhere
around here. He went for this.
Yeah, somewhere around here, I think white should be better. But it's probably technically it's very hard, and even practically, it's much easier to play for black. So I'm not surprised by the result. So yeah.
Okay.
And the last remaining game between Wesley So and Maxime Vachier-Lagrave.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a draw. I mean, okay,
It's
they're
already
gonna play
released.
for another hour or something, but it will be a draw. So yeah.
Thank you for the evaluations, and once again, congratulations, Hikaru. Good luck for the last game, and we shall see if after Vichy and Wesley finish their games, if it will be a joint lead, 4 players in the lead with 1 round to go at the Altibox Norway Chess Super Tournament.